Good morning, everybody. Hubby here with Just About Anything Garage. It's a gorgeous day here in Agawam, Massachusetts. It's like October 24th, I believe, so we're getting ready for the spooks, the tricks, and the treats coming up. I thought I'd do another behind the scenes for you to let you know what we're doing as we try to wrap up some of these projects before winter and then start to get our winter ones together. So some of the things that we've had to do behind the scenes, I've thrown out in discreetly behind the scenes, but let's go ahead and summarize just a little bit, okay? One of the first things that we did is we went around with a hydrometer and we went and we made sure, like the C30 here, the Suburban, my daughter's car, that dude over there, Big Bertha, and the Chrysler Imperial have all gone and got the hydrometer taken care of. Now, seeing how we've been working on the vet, we're trying to get that last series out to get her rolling on the road here. We've gone and we've gotten the cooling system set up in here, so we've got that in, so we know that that's all set up for the winter. And what we're trying to do here is we got a couple things that we need to do to get ready for the winter. So let's just summarize those, and then we'll talk about a little bit of the planning that we need to do to get ready, because we don't stop during the winter. We're going to continue to do projects, but with snow potentially flying, you got to kind of get everything staged and set up beforehand. Otherwise, you might not be able to get the projects into the shop when you're doing them. One of the things that we've got is, of course, we got the extra cab here for the C30 project. So what we got to do is try and get that off of the trailer and position someplace where if we want to work on it, we can do that. So what we're probably going to do is we're going to pull the trailer over and we'll park it next to the C30. We'll reposition the C30 and we'll reposition the cab so that it's all located right over here. Now the C30 is going to go into the shop here in just a little bit once we get the Corvette done. And one of the things that we're going to do that we've talked about in the past is we're going to move this boat, this wooden boat. We're going to get it under cover. Let me show you where. Walking around in the Shelter Logic that we got all cleared out, if you remember that back there. So right there. One of the other things that we need to do, because we want to work on these boats in the spring, is we're going to take them, we're going to pull these up to here. We're going to get them all covered and set up to go. So, you know, if we have a mild winter, meaning we don't have a lot of snow, it'll probably be cold, there are some things that we can do. It's really about access to get to the projects if you have snow, because, you know, I'm not going to run a plow around here or do anything like that. So we're going to work on getting things up where it's close, where we are on not dirt or grass or anything, but we're on the concrete, or we're on the pavement, or the the black stuff, that stuff over there, whatever it's called. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and we do that. The other thing that we're needing to do is we've worked with the neighbor. Oh, and it looks like it's here. Look at this. The new fence has arrived. We're putting a big fence on there because we need to rework the fence location here. And the reason for that is I can't get through with the Suburban in the trailer when we do that, because I can't cut the corner tight enough without pulling way over onto the lawn right there to get into the back. So we've agreed that the neighbor's going to rework it. He's going to remove this section of the fence right here, put a 16-foot gate, so when we swing the gate out, I have a 16-foot pathway, which should be enough for the Suburban and the trailer to get back there. And that's one of the things that we're going to do for the boat. So that's in progress before the snow flies, so that we can go ahead and get that done. And then the other thing is generally get the shop and the projects set up that we want to go ahead and that we're going to do during the winter. So we're going to have to do things that are conducive to the winter, because it'll certainly be cold. It'll be in the, I don't know, certainly in the teens, possibly down in the zeros, possibly below zero here in New England, depending on what it looks like. They're saying we should be a little bit more mild than usual, but we'll see what we're going to do there. So some of the things that we'll do in here is this boat is going to get done in the spring, so we'll clean up around it. We'll get it all set up and ready to go. If we can maybe get a 10 by 20 or something cover to set it up and droop, we might see if we can heat it and start to do the work on that. But it's not critical for that. We'll certainly clean and organize the shop. One of the things that we need to do for the C30 project is this motor right here. this 350 is going to start to get done. So that might go up on the stand. What we're going to do is, that's a crate motor that I've had for, what, 15, 20 years, and it never got used. And it's just been sitting. So we're going to bust it apart. We're going to make sure everything's clean and everything, and then put it back together with new seals and stuff like that. We got to prep this transmission, because that's a transmission that's going into the C30. It's got the PTO with the pump already on. So we'll do that, and we'll generally get everything set up for that. What's going to end up happening is, where this boat is, once we get it stored, we'll either put the C30 directly in here and work on it, because we've got to do the bed for that, or we'll put it in the center where the Corvette currently is. But we may, since the Corvette will be mobile at that point in time, we're very, very close on that. We may leave it in there so we can move it in and out and have access, because the C30 will be a little bit tougher to do that. And so we'll put it here. So you'll see C30, where we're working on the bed to get the rollback bed done and the carriage done. That extra cab will be outside, so if we want to access and do some of that, we'll work on the motor and the transmission, so that's ready to go, so we can power it. The Corvette will be in here ready to go. She'll just generally sit, but we'll move her in and out in case we need that. And we'll clean up and get this prepared to do it. And if we have a milder winter, and we can put a cover up and keep some of the heat in, we may be doing this project and getting it started a little bit, but definitely having it set up by early spring. And you might, well, why don't you work on it now or during the winter months as well, because we got to use epoxy, right? And epoxy likes it right in a comfortable range right around 70. So it's usually, I don't know, 30 degrees in the shop during the winter. Now we do have a big heater that we can use, but it only raises it so it's just comfortable temperatures. So that's some of the things that you have to consider when you're doing a channel, because we don't want to shut down. We want to keep rolling. We want to do stuff that's in line with what we're doing. And a lot of it happens spring and summer, but we don't want to stop during winter. So we're going to take our opportunity to do that. Some of the other things we'll do is we need to change the tires on the Corvette, so we'll focus on some of those during the winter. Easy inside stuff that doesn't require us to have access in case we get a nasty winter. If we get like I said, a decent winter, we'll go ahead and we might do some of these things, but we have plenty of stuff that we need to do. We got the bed for the C30 is all welding projects, so we can do that even if it's cold. So we'll have plenty to do. We just need to stage it correctly so we can get that done and then flow right into our spring projects, because we talked about the 2 boats in the back. We want to do that. We want to rotate the 61 Imperial in and start to do a cleanup on that and get that ready, because you guys really were interested in that, so we want to do that. And you know, we might throw in a couple of equipment projects, like we want to upgrade the compressor here a little bit and put some cooling on it, so that we can get dryers, actually some dryers on it, so that we can go ahead and get drier air coming out of it, because we'll probably be doing some painting here in the near future to spruce some things up. All right, so that's some of the stuff behind the scenes that happened that probably aren't going to get filmed. You know, the cleanup, the organization, that type of stuff is just not super compelling content. If we get something compelling, we'll throw that into a little mini, but that's what we're going to do. All right, so appreciate you guys watching this. Please do all that jazz for me. If you don't know what all that jazz is, it's that like, subscribe, and share and comment stuff. That's what that means. We really appreciate it. It helps us to grow the channel. And if there's something that you want to see, if there's something on the project you'd like us to do, like, hey, I'd really like to see the Vette with this on it, because I've got one, and I'd like to know whether the performance upgrade is worth me doing it. Let me know that, because we're going to go ahead, as we talked about with the Corvette, we're going to make it a performance platform, which is why the AC isn't connected, why cruise control isn't connected yet. Run through it. We're going to get it to a fire breather that performs really well, and then we'll add some of the comfort items back into it as we go and do that. But if you see anything, you want us to focus on something, you let us know that, and we'll go ahead and we'll consider that and do that. So we appreciate you guys. Wanted to throw something quick out. We're trying to wrap up for part 4 on the Corvette, so we can get in your face a little bit and you know that that's coming. So we appreciate you guys, and we hope that you have a great day. And again, thanks for watching.